Today on Hampton Roads Business Weekly, it's all about local.
From one of the area's largest employers to a luxury watch company based right here in Hampton Roads.
TikTok, Hampton Roads Business Weekly starts right now.
Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Cheryl Tan.
And I'm Zach Miller. Welcome to Hampton Roads Business Weekly, a weekly look at the businesses and entrepreneurs making an impact right here in Hampton Roads. Coming up next, we're going to class things up a bit with a company making watches with men's style in mind. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hampton Roads Business Weekly. We're here with Randy Williams and Tally and Twine, the president. Randy, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right,
Zach.
so you guys create amazing watches. What's the most unique thing about these watches?
I would have to say our design. What I learned early on when getting into the marketplace is that you have to have something that differentiates you from the competition. One of the reasons that I started Tally and Twine is because I noticed that most of the players in our price range were copying the styles of more luxury brand watches, and they were just duplicates of the most popular brands. So what we decided to do is do something that when people notice your watch, they notice that it was something different about it and they had to ask you about it.
You manufacture these where, and how did you guys figure out that process? A lot of people that have products that need to be manufactured, they have a difficult time figuring out how to do all that. Where do you guys get them done, and how did you figure out how to do that?
Good question. Well, we have a manufacturer in Asia, and we found out about our manufacturer really through trial and error. I didn't have any previous experience in manufacturing or getting a product made overseas. But I am a graduate of YouTube University, and so I was able to find a manufacturer that met our specifications. So basically, we used a site that you might be familiar with, Alibaba.com, and we went through the process of verifying several manufacturers and got samples from all of those manufacturers until we decided on somebody who had, reputable clients and also gave us a good product.
So you have a good product, it's good quality. How do you guys get it in front of people? How do you guys sell it? How do you do your marketing?
We started with Kickstarter. We did only pre-orders to raise the money for it, if you're familiar with how crowdfunding works.
Yep.
And that gave us an international fan base, customer base right away. So we were able to get about 280 pledges, and these were people from all over the world.
And $25,000.
And $25,000.
Right.
And these were people from all over the world. And so with those purchases from all over the world, we had an email list. And then we also had the word of mouth from those people sharing and posting their pictures online and telling their family and friends about Tally and Twine. So that gave us a good launching pad.
What are some good things that you guys have done since the crowdfunding?
Since crowdfunding, our biggest friend has been social media. As you know, the mobile phone and the computer screen, those are the new screens. It's no longer the television. And that really levels the playing field for small businesses like ourselves. So we use social media. We focus on two social media websites that would benefit our product the most, and that was Facebook and Instagram. Because we have a visual product like the watches, I knew that having those online and having people actually see someone wearing them and displaying them would generate a lot more interest than, say, maybe Twitter or some other form of social
media. Let's dive into one of those. Let's say you're going to go home today and you're going to post something on Instagram. What exactly are you going to do? How do you decide what picture to take, and then what kind of text around it and hashtags are you looking for that will get you kind of the most exposure?
I think it always starts with a beautiful photo. That's what gets people talking about the images the most. So if something is beautiful, if it's framed correctly, if it's creative, we kind of start there. So say, for example, I might take a picture of our watch and really zoom in on the details of the side engraving.
So you're not going to take a picture of me and you and post that?
Hey, that might work too. Maybe for our Facebook community. Yeah. But I'm glad you mentioned that, because the community that you're posting on is important too. So something on Instagram is going to be a little bit more artistic.
Right.
Something on Facebook is going to be something a bit more shareable, because we really want to get as many eyeballs as possible. So we want people to say, hey, take a look at this. Randy is on the Hampton Roads Business Weekly show.
Right.
So definitely.
How did you come up with the name?
Tally and Twine, again, trying to separate myself from some of the other companies in the area. So other companies, the trend that I've noticed is that companies are shortening their names. So I wanted to go in a totally different direction. I said, I want to make this as long as possible. And then on top of that, I'm going to put this long name right on the watch. We're not going to use any sort of stylized logo. We're going to use a text logo to differentiate ourselves. So Tally and Twine is actually an intersection in Portsmouth. So it used to be a very, very bad neighborhood, crime-riddled neighborhood, but now there's new developments there, and those people that were living in that neighborhood now have an opportunity to be homeowners. And so for us, it represents that transition. You don't have to finish how you started.
I love it. Randy, thank you so much.
Thank you for
Keep
having
up the
me.
good
man.
work.